Studio Pubco Studios in Oklahoma City. This is an OU update with Ryan Aber. I'm Jenny Carlson. Ryan, the seedings are out. The Sooners are in. We knew that in the NCAA Tournament, but a 5 seed, is this about as good as they could have hoped?
Absolutely. They were right on that line between a 5 and a 6. We thought they might fall to a 6, especially after UCLA went out and won the Pac-12 title. But they were able to stick in that 5 spot, have North Dakota State in the first round in Spokane, Washington, or the second round, I guess they call it officially now.
Right.
But North Dakota State in their first game in Spokane, Washington, that's an interesting matchup because of these offenses. But it lines up pretty well for them when you look at the totality of the bracket. They play a San Diego State team likely in the second round, a team that they lost to last year in the NCAA Tournament, but they're at least familiar with what they do. And San Diego State slipped up in their conference final.
Okay, well, you talked about North Dakota State a little bit, but let's dive in a little bit more. We don't know much about them. We know they can score. And score really better than pretty much anybody in the country.
Yeah, absolutely. While OU is 7th in the country in points per game, you look at scoring offense, North Dakota State is probably the most efficient offense in the country. They're the best shooting team in the country, shoot a tad over 50%. One of only 2 teams in the nation this season to accomplish that. So they're going to get their shots up, and they're going to be pretty effective. OU's defense has its work cut out for them now. OU's defense has gotten a whole lot better over the last couple months of the season, but I don't know that they've faced a player quite like Taylor Braun, the 6'7" guard for North Dakota State. He's a writer this week called him the most valuable player to his team of any player in the country. That includes guys like McDermott and Shabazz Napier, guys like that. So if they can slow him down, they've got a really good chance.
18 points a game for him, so obviously a guy that they revolve around. That game, by the way, 6:27 approximate tip on Thursday from Spokane. Let's talk a little bit more about this bracket. Sooners in the West region, just because they're in Spokane doesn't necessarily mean they'd be in the West, but they are. How does this look? I mean, it's not where the top number 1 seed is, but how do they feel about the bracket overall?
Well, I think that, talking to them yesterday, they just sort of see it as a series of 4-team tournaments. Now, obviously, that's a little bit of a cliche, but when you look at their 4 teams, they feel really good about how they stack up there. Now, you look beyond, you could face Arizona, you could face Oklahoma State, a team that they've beaten a couple times this year. Obviously, the Cowboys are a much different team of late. But you feel pretty good about that. Arizona has to go through a team like Oklahoma State, even if they get to you. So they're feeling pretty comfortable about the bracket. They knew they would obviously have to go face a 1 or 2 pretty quickly in the Sweet 16, and Arizona is about as good as they could have hoped for.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.